The Trump administration has indicated plans to replace the defunded PBS broadcasting with PragerU educational content. So now this video is resurfacing.
Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? Before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal?
Yeah, there was a lot to that, but its issues can be broken down into two main categories. To start, it's just rhetorically dishonest. It equivocates different systems of slavery, indentured servitude, and serfdom across history in order to justify Christopher Columbus's enslavement and genocide of the indigenous peoples of the Caribbean. This ignores the uniqueness of race-based inherited chattel slavery of the transatlantic slave trade that Christopher Columbus started. A system, mind you, in which many people chose to die or died anyways. Shark migratory patterns changed to follow slave ships because so many enslaved Africans threw themselves overboard or died during the Middle Passage. And then when they got to the plantations, the backbreaking work and brutality meant that many died there too, which is why they kept on needing to bring in more. And when they couldn't do that, sexual violence. But perhaps more egregiously for alleged educational content is that the video is historically and factually inaccurate. Christopher Columbus was considered weird even by the standards of the era. His 4 expeditions were funded by the Catholic monarchs Isabella I of Castile and Ferdinand II of Aragon. Together, this power couple ruled much of the Iberian Peninsula, and their descendants would rule over united Spain. They also did the Spanish Inquisition, as in state and church-sponsored discrimination, forcible migration, forcible conversion, and murder of Jews and Muslims. So those Catholic monarchs fired Christopher Columbus from being the governor of the Indies because his treatment of indigenous people were so savage. In other words, the people who did religious persecution, genocide, and ethnic cleansing in their own lands thought Christopher Columbus was extra. They brought him back to Spain, had a trial, and removed his wealth and titles. So of course, different time periods and cultural contexts had different norms and values, but there are things that are so egregious that even people then thought it was wrong. And also, even when a brutal system is normalized, there are always people resisting within that time period. It's not an argument you can make to escape culpability. This is why education is so important. I would argue it's the main engine of social engineering and national myth building in the United States.